Well, I like to compare the brain to a car battery. If your car was sat on the driveway for a long period of time, it just wouldn't start after a few weeks. And I think one of the coping mechanisms when you first diagnose, and we all do this, as human beings, is that we think, right, how do I cope? How do I get through this period? Because it's not nice news at the start. And a lot of anxieties and concerns can be sort of condensed into that first diagnosis or first being told that you've got dementia. So one of the coping things is to sort of isolate yourself. And this is where we compare it to a car battery, because if we don't use our brains, the brain can sort of start to go a bit flat. What I would say is that socialising is like starting the ignition. So you start to feel, like you're more confident that you want to go out and start learning more and meeting other people. And I've seen that in real life where they might have isolated themselves for long periods of time, and there is sort of more anxiety involved, staying at home, family get concerned, and then they start to go out and meet or sort of go out into the community. If you think about the brain, you're having to use your brain in socialising. It uses all the different parts. So straight away, you might not have enjoyed the visit, or you might not have met the right person yet, but you're at least using your brain and you're getting out there. The other thing is as well, I think with the brain, it's so complex, is that people don't even recognise that you're living with dementia. When you first, you might know that you're living with dementia, but people might not recognise that when you're out, and you might be concerned that people might see that disability. I think there's more awareness now, and one of the great initiatives is the Sunflower Lanyard, because what that does, it highlights that there's an invisible disability there, and people are starting to recognise those in communities, and they're also starting to recognise that things like the right environment, the right support is necessary for people to maintain that independence and get out into the community. So that's why I compare it to a car battery, because I've seen so many people, when they do isolate themselves, they start to become less functional, more withdrawn, more anxious. So I would encourage anybody to sort of look at what different social groups are out there. But not only that, I think finding the right ones for you, so it's making that connection. Just because the group says it's dementia friendly doesn't mean it's going to be the right group for you, because you want to be able to connect on a level that it's an interest or a hobby or a preference that you like to do. We often see like singing for the brain or crafts or memory sort of cafes, and there's a lot of groups out there that do a set routine of activities, but there's also groups out there that might want to become dementia friendly, like a golf club, like a bowls club, like a local community cinema or a theatre. It's finding out how we can make these places more dementia friendly.